Hey, it's Mike with Tech PB. I'm in a really good mood today, okay? I just got this board in. This is the new Tadao Yakuza OLED board for the Alias Intimidator. Now, it's not very often that a company will come out with, new state-of-the-art technology for a gun that's 6 years old. Okay, the Alias is 6 years old. But, Tadao came out with it. It's an OLED board for the Alias Intimidator. And as you guys know, the Alias still is, one of my all-time favorite guns ever made for paintball. I love the thing. It's just a bulletproof, reliable platform. So, since there is now an OLED board, and if you guys didn't see the video with Will talking about the OLED, basically the biggest difference is the power consumption. The OLED board just has the lights on that are needed versus the LCD where all of the pixels are on, whether you need them or not. So you get a lot better power consumption, plus you get all of the modes that you will need in the OLED board that you may not get with the stock the stock Frenzy board. I believe these are now Empire 1.7s are the latest boards. So I'm going to do a video really quick just showing you how to install. This is basically just more of a product awareness out there for my buddies that are Alias Intimidator owners that maybe kind of bored with the LED model aftermarket boards that are out there. Tadao makes one, Virtue makes one, and want something a little bit more high tech for their Intimidator. And the cool thing about this board too is that if you have a stock Alias with the stock grips, you don't have to worry about changing the grips out. When you go to an LED board, you've got your LCD window with the little LED in the middle of it. It doesn't look too good, but this actually fits in those grips perfectly. So let's go ahead and install the brand new Tadao Yakuza board into a Rendition Alias. I actually had to go down to Fort Lauderdale and get this one. This one belongs to my boy Cal. This thing's never been used on a paintball field. So let's bring the camera in a little closer. Let's drop this board into this gun. Okay, so this is a relatively easy install. Not a lot to it. First thing you do is just go ahead and remove your grips. The biggest thing anytime you're removing an Alias board is you got to find a little tiny mini jewelry screwdriver. Let's go ahead and remove the 4 clamshell screws. Okay, so we got those out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to remove the trigger microswitch screw. This fucking Alias is so new that it still has the original battery in it from like 3 or 4 years ago. That's unbelievable. And once the micro switch screw is out, now we can just remove the lower board screw. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to carefully lift the board up. Now the most important thing you got to do here is immediately slip the membrane pad out. It's real easy to pull on the wires at the bottom. Now keep in mind too, just because your board, your Frenzy board may be out of date or something like that, it still has value. So you can sell it if you want to and get some of the money back that you invested into your board. Okay, now let's go ahead and remove the eye wire. And now we're going to unplug the solenoid. Out that goes. And right here what we'll probably do is let's go ahead and unplug the wire harness. And now our board is out. The biggest thing too, anytime you're removing these Molex connectors, you always have to be really careful. You never want to pull by the wires. Always pull by the white plastic connector. So let's get into the Yakuza packaging here. Now this is really cool because what they did was they actually came out with a push button pad for the back of the button that replaces the membrane pad. If you've owned Aliases long enough, you've known the membrane pads are kind of flaky. After a couple of years, or after a couple months, or about a year, you start getting some oxidation on it, and can cause it to start acting funny. So let's go ahead and slip that in. And now what we'll do is let's go ahead and plug in the battery harness. There we go. Let's plug in the solenoid wire. I've made this mistake before. I've installed everything and forgot to plug in the solenoid wire. I have a tendency to try to do that first now. There we go. Let's plug in the eye wire. You always want to take your time when you're plugging them in, make sure you're putting them in the right way. And now we'll just go ahead and kind of run the hoses up. Okay, now all we're doing here is positioning it. Now, I just realized that I had the buttons in there backwards, so let's go ahead and flip this back around. And then we'll slide it back down. There we go. There we go. That lines up better. Now, usually what I do is I always start with the lower board screw and just put it in about halfway. I don't tighten this down yet because I'm going to have to position the microswitch screw. So you need a little bit of room here to feel around to get the microswitch screw in. Okay, so I got the microswitch screw in. Now I can finish screwing down lower board screw. Let's go ahead and plug in this battery. Turn it on. There we go. Turns right on. And we can put the LCD panel grip back on. You always got to be careful too when you're screwing these grips down on the Alias, because it's very easy to strip the aluminum if you torque these down too hard. So you just want to go just a little bit past finger tight, and that's it. Go ahead and tighten the grip frame screws here. And that is it. Very easy install for the Yakuza OLED board. Now, as you can see there, looks great inside of the gun. Easy when you're actually out there and you're shooting. You just look at it really quick and you can see the readout on it. You know, shows the rate of fire there. Let's see how fast I can get the rate of fire going. There you go. With my my little 3-finger cheater mode there, hit 28.5 on the readout. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but let's go ahead and hit the little 3-finger trick that I like to do. I've done this in NPPL too, and yeah, you can get the gun shooting really fast, but let's see if I can do it really quick. There you go. Peeking the gun out. 29.5. How about that? So, so that's it. That's the Tadao Yakuza. Obviously, you read the manual, and you know, it'll show you how to get into the settings. Hold the trigger when you turn the gun on. You can go through all the settings, set it up for exactly how you want it. It's got all the traditional settings and all of the, you know, all the features that come with the standard Tadao boards. Lifetime warranty. Also comes with the Tadao stickers, so I'm going to go ahead and put one of these on my barrel. Cal's going to get his gun back. He's going to be like, how the hell does this work? I don't know how this board works. It's easy. So, there's a sticker. Woohoo! Put that right there on the barrel. So, if you guys want more information on the Tadao Yakuza board, go check them out at TadaoTechnologies.com. Thank you.